Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video, man. As always, I appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. Make sure you hit that like button and also hit that bell if you haven't subscribed already. That way you don't miss a video. I greatly appreciate you. Today we're gonna talk about emotional trauma, how to heal from it. But first, how do you recognize that you even have it? Because some of us are in denial. Especially in our community, man. It's not very welcoming to show your emotions, to let your guard down, and to be vulnerable. So if even speaking about emotional trauma is a sign of weakness, a lot of people walk around with that stuff bottled up and never release it. And it just makes that trauma grow and grow and grow. All right, especially for us. We came back here to heal the world. We came back here to show love. But we can't do that until we heal ourselves. It starts with self first. Everything's a reflection from in, out. So today we're going to talk about 3 ways to recognize you have emotional trauma and how to heal it. So make sure y'all stick around for the whole video, man, because I'm about to tap in. Understand that emotional trauma is just a very, very intense experience that you went through that causes you stress, fear, and anxiety. You don't know how to cope with those emotions that it brought you. And a lot of this stems from our childhood, especially our childhood, because we went through so many things and a lot of us never told anyone about it. We kept it inside, just thinking, hey, it'll go away over time. And as we grew up, that trauma was buried deep underneath. So our emotions are nothing but vibrations. Different levels, different frequencies of a vibration. Happiness is a very high vibration. Being sad, being in fear, that's a low vibration. So emotional trauma is just a vibration that we feel through a very hard or stressful experience, very intense experience. And remember, energy doesn't die, it's simply transferred. So all that energy that you experience, it doesn't go anywhere. It stays within you. That was passed down from someone else, and you pass that on to other people, but you keep it inside. What we have to do is either transmute that energy, that vibration, into something higher, or we release it. And there's ways that you can do that. So one way that you know that you have emotional trauma is that you have a hard time expressing yourself. You never got that floor when you was younger. No one ever listened to your problems. For the most part, I don't know your life individually, but for the most part, if you have emotional trauma, you didn't have nobody in your corner that you can speak to. Because if you did, you wouldn't still have all that stuff bottled up. This is why going to therapy or having someone to talk to is very important, because it allows you to release things. They help you go deep within yourself and pull those experiences out so that you can catch it and release it. Right? Guys, I do one-on-one consultations, man. So if you ever need help, make sure you hit me up, man. I'll leave a link for that. I help out a lot of guys, men and women. Have someone that you can talk to. Someone that you trust with your feelings, your emotions, that you can be vulnerable with. There's this old saying, the road to release inner turmoil starts with a friendly ear. Just having someone to talk to can make you feel better. It can lift the load off because you feel like you're not alone. You will have a hard time expressing yourself, meaning that the emotions that you feel, you don't know how to put those in words to explain what you're feeling. You don't know how to convey that information. Don't hold that stuff in, man. Talk to someone. Or find other ways. Meditation is a perfect way to really go within inside yourself and release what you don't want, what doesn't serve you. Going outside and doing grounding, earthing, whatever you want to call it. Take your shoes off, your socks off. Put your bare feet in the soil and just sit there. Do some stretches, do some squats, some workouts, but get in the grass barefoot. Go to a park, wherever you can with grass, Do that at least 20 to 30 minutes a day, and you will feel the ground pull that negativity out of you. And you can even say some affirmations while you're doing this. While you're grounding, ask to release any negativity, anything that's weighing heavy in your heart. Ask it to pull that from your body and to rejuvenate you with positive, high vibrational energy. All right? It's that simple, man. And it takes time, guys. This is something that doesn't happen overnight. But as long as you're making an effort to change, nothing's going to stop you. Another way that you know that you have emotional trauma is you have a hard time expressing love or finding love. We close ourselves up to love because we were hurt by people that we loved in the past. It'd be the ones closest to you, the ones that you love, that hurt you the most. And that can bring a lot of emotional trauma. You don't know how to deal with that. So the best way you know how to deal with that is to guard yourself. Walking around heavily guarded, cold-hearted. But as a chosen, you didn't come here for that. See, that was all a ploy. That was all by design to get you to get away from your true self, to lose yourself, to lose your power. Your power is love. That's how you heal the world. Your love is your protection. That energy that you have, that protects you. It keeps you on such a high vibration that nothing can penetrate you, nothing can stop you. So a lot of us were hurt when we were children because we were most vulnerable. We didn't know how to protect ourselves. We didn't know. We were so susceptible to anything. But you got to break out of that. Now that you know, you have to open up your heart. Love is an expression all in itself. It's its own consciousness. Our emotions are nothing but states of mind, different states of mind. So love is a state of mind, it's a consciousness. The only way you can get into that expression is by opening up your heart and releasing. Don't blame yourself and forgive those who hurt you. That's what unconditional love is. And now I'm not saying don't protect yourself. You want to always protect yourself, but that love that you have is your protection. That's your shield. When you have a heavy heart, it weighs you down and it allows yourself to be attacked by low vibrations. Another way that you might know that you have emotional trauma is you have a lot of fear and anxiety. A lot of fear. Every time you get around someone, you're anxious. Every time you do something, you just fear. You fear the future. You fear the present. You fear the past from what happened to you. You don't want to let these low vibrations get the best of you. There's nothing to fear at all. You have the Most High within you. God and fear don't occupy the same space. You came down here to raise the vibration. So all these traps were set along your path to get you away from your purpose. The best way to heal from all these things is to surrender to it. Don't fight it. Don't try to hide it. See, a lot of us, we hide our traumas. We bury it deep within and think time is going to heal. No, it's going to make it grow. So the best way to heal from these things is to acknowledge it. The way that you combat fear is that you take it head on. You got to face your fears. Face that trauma. Go back to your memories and relive those moments. Bring it to the surface. Do whatever you got to do. You might have to shed some tears. You might have to do some shouting, yelling, cursing. But that's going to help you release that vibration, those emotions. Then that's what you got to do. See, healing is painful sometimes. Everything is not going to be sweet. Everything's not going to be easy, sunshine and roses, especially on your spiritual journey. As you gain enlightenment, you gotta experience the good and the bad, the light and the dark. It's going to be painful, but it's necessary. That transition that you need to heal yourself. Accept what happened to you in the past. Accept those traumas and then get rid of it. All right, it happened. There was nothing I could do about it, but it happened. Now I'm moving on with my life. See, a lot of us, we look at our traumas and we feel sorry for ourselves. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Understand that whatever you went through made you stronger. You still here, you still surviving. So it made you stronger. Don't dwell on what happened to you and how it made you feel weak. I'm stronger from this situation because I'm still here. I didn't let it defeat me. Right? You gotta just add that little piece to the puzzle to fully heal yourself and release all that. Release all that. Just release it. Let it go. Also take accountability for the things you might have done to put you in that situation. Like I said, I know sometimes our trauma isn't always our fault. If it's not your fault, don't worry about the things you couldn't control. You couldn't control it, so, let it go. But also, take accountability for the things that you did do. So you look back at your past and say, okay, yeah, I did this. Maybe I could have did this differently. Maybe I could have did this differently. We always look at what we could have done or what we did, acknowledge it, and move on so we can learn and grow from it. All right, everything in our life is a lesson, no matter how good or bad it is. We can learn from it and use that to achieve greatness. Just look at now. Some of the greatest inventions came from struggle. Some of the greatest art, some of the greatest people were built from struggle, from hardships. So there's always good that can come from anything, right? You just gotta change your perspective on it. So as a chosen one, as anyone watching this video, you have a bigger purpose, and your traumas are doing nothing but holding you back. Take the good, leave the bad, move on. All right? Heal. It's time for us to heal and let go. It's time for us to blossom into the best version of ourselves. All right? And with that being said, I appreciate you guys for watching the video, man. I hope this resonated with someone. I know somebody needed to hear this. So with that being said, guys, y'all have a beautiful day, and I'm out.